Hello everyone, welcome back to Garden Fever. This is Lavender, and this is June's tip of the month. Old containers, being creative on what you can use as a pot. Basically anything that you can hold dirt in, or potting mix, compost, soil, can potentially become a container. So this is an old shipping container that I scored from work a long time ago, and I've used it primarily to store things, but now that it's getting kind of older, I think I'm just going to turn it into a planter box and yeah, use it as a planter box. It's like square foot gardening kind of thing. But anyway, for those of you who are new to my channel, you would know that I just barely moved here. So this is the biggest drill bit that I could find, but the reason why I'm telling you this is because we need to drill holes in it to aerate it. That's the one thing about that you got to keep in mind, is water has to be able to escape, and microorganisms have to be able to go up and down and whatnot. So you always want to kind of aerate it, and with how thick this is and how big of a container, I would actually prefer a little bigger than this, but I'm just going to drill a lot of holes, enough to get the water to go up and down without compromising the structural integrity of this. So anyway, I'll cut away for now. This is where the snail, finding them everywhere. This place is bad with them. This isn't the first one I've made. I've made ones before, and I used a smaller drill bit, and it still held the moisture real well. Also keep in mind this is black, which means it gets hot. So gray is probably the preferred color if you want to be more balanced, I guess. But pretty much anything that'll drain water and contain dirt and soil and potting mix and stuff. Anyway. I'll put them off to the side too a little bit, because the ground's not always even, and sometimes it'll pull up on one side and you don't want you want it to be able to drain, you know. Also do on the sides too. Okay, this is the final product. Not too bad. I don't say so myself. So I'll probably put perennial herbs in here in the side parts. And I don't know, we'll see here. I got raspberries right there, and I got a zucchini there. We'll see how that does. I've never grown it in a container before. Some peppers. That parsley's old. For those of you who remember my old house, I had that parsley in here probably 3 or 4 years ago. But anyway, this is the final look on that. Not bad. It's all about being efficient with space. So look at that. That's all I've really done, other than my fruit trees. I planted a few fruit trees. Look at that. And then off to the side, I'll put all the species that are here. But all that crammed into that tiny little space. I barely started using my yard. I have quite a bit of space left. Got some tomatoes and a few things down there. Anyway, this is Corey Lefevre with Garden Fever. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Talk to you later. So as a tip for my gutter garden, one lesson I learned the hard way, I didn't kind of fasten the ends on rain gutters. You don't really have to, but when you've got a lot of soil in there, if you don't really fasten these ends onto it, you'll lose a lot of soil. It did okay just kind of sitting there, but the moment I moved and tried to transport the garden or the gutter garden somewhere else, these all came off. I lost a lot of compost and stuff that I was trying to build there, because as I said in my previous video, link in the description, when I made this, that they dry out quick. That's one of the negatives to it, because there's not a whole lot of soil space. So I think it's imperative for this to be really functional and efficient. For this gutter garden to be functional and efficient, is you need to be able to contain the soil and have really good, well, not soil, I guess it'd be compost. So what I'm going to do is silicone these and attach them, waterproof them, so they hold more moisture and I don't lose any compost off to the sides and stuff. Let me cover the logo so I don't get any copyright issues, but I'm going to use a silicone, just a clear one. It doesn't really matter. Anything you would caulk your kitchen sink or faucets or anything with, you would work, but I'm just going to spray it all in the corners or in the cracks, and then attach them to the gutter garden. We'll go over to the gutter garden and kind of show you.